from Sitka.
We made it in,
And we took a shuttle downtown, and we're at this place called the Mean
Queen on harbor, looking out at the harbor.
And it's gorgeous. But as always, we start every episode with a coffee.
All right. Drinkable?
All right. Yeah, it's not bad. I think I put a little too much cream. But here's the thing. We've been really spoiled on this cruise because we mentioned in other videos, they use Lavazza on the cruise line on Princess. And
we've had it delivered to our room every morning.
yeah, it doesn't miss. Whether you're at, just going around the hotel room, ordering it with little Irish whiskey or anything, it's Lavazza and it's good. But that being said, we have a gorgeous view out there and we'll show you, take some pictures, and I'm excited about this place. I think it's really, we asked the shuttle driver, where could we get a local breakfast, non-touristy, and we didn't have far to walk. This is not a very big town.
It's not a big place. It's
quite small.
Arthur, Rhode Island, kids has in a wall. Yeah, it's not big. So you can walk the town pretty darn fast.
Yeah, we left the ship around 8 o'clock, and then we're going to head back because we have to pick up our tour bus to take us to the Raptor Excursion to see raptors and bears.
So that's eagles for regular people. So,
well, I like raptors. It's more
sounds like we're going to see dinosaurs. Yeah.
But in any case, we're starting our morning with breakfast, and welcome to our show. And please, if this is your first time, this is a special episode because we're on a cruise.
We're on the road.
But please subscribe,
like,
share,
comment,
and we'll give you, we'll have a lot of fun today. It'll be a good adventure, so stay with us. Okay, so I got the 3-egg omelet with Gouda cheese and Canadian bacon. And that cheese is just oozing out. It looks incredible. So let's taste it. Smoked Gouda. I never think to put that in an omelet. That's awesome. That's why I tried it. We've got some rye, some butter here, some potatoes. Here's the thing. When we're in Vegas, we don't usually go on the strip. All of our shows are off strip to highlight local places. This is not on the cruise. This is, well, to say it's off the beaten path, there's not much of a beaten path in Sitka. It's a very small place, but I think we're the only ones from the cruise that's here. It's just locals, and that's what we like.
All right, so when in doubt, I love a breakfast sandwich. So this is local sourdough from Alaska Sourdough Company, bacon and Swiss. Oh, that's good bacon.
That looks great. I could see how crispy it looks and thick.
Yeah.
That looks like a good sandwich, actually.
This is going to hold me over. This is going to be great.
Okay, so we ordered, which I guess is a local specialty. It's called fry bread. This thing looks, hopefully it tastes as good as it looks. So let's give it a go. I put a little jam on it. Wow. A steady diet of that, you better be doing 20,000 steps a day.
All right, fry bread. Anybody that's been to a fair, fry bread. You have to. Every place you go, somebody takes dough and deep fries it into something.
Your Italian husband from New York has never been to a fair.
Evidently.
A feast, a religious feast in New York City.
The berries are local, delicious. That's the whole reason to eat this. Those berries are great. Wow.
Let's put them on the potatoes.
It's a pretty dense fry bread, but it's hot, fresh out of fire. Delicious. So this church was built in 1840s, and it served as obviously the main diocese in Alaska for the Russian Orthodox. And then in the 60s, there was a bad fire that swept through Sitka, and all the residents managed to save most of the icons and special church objects, religious objects of the church, but then the church itself burnt down, and so they went back to the original blueprints of the building from 1840s and rebuilt it, and got it rebuilt in 1977, and this has been it ever since. It's beautiful.
So right now is a volcano, and it hasn't been active in, I don't know how many years, but I guess the story goes a couple years back, maybe in the 70s actually, somebody climbed to the top of it and put tires in it and burned tires. But
they took it there with a helicopter.
They put it in there, and it looked like it was erupting, and the guy who did it was fine. He notified all the local law enforcement, the fire department, but he failed to notify the Coast Guard. That was a mistake, but that was in the 70s. If that would happen today, the poor guy would have been locked up for what seemed like a harmless prank. Anyhow, we're here in Totem Square. This place is beautiful. That's the castle over here. Sitka's a lovely place. It was the setting for the movie The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock. It was purchased by the Russians. It was a Russian-owned city.
It was purchased from the Russians.
Did I say two?
Yeah.
It was from, yes. For $7.2 million.
Also, the $7.2 million was for all of Alaska. Not just Sitka, all of Alaska.
Oh, well, see.
2 cents a square mile, according to our tram guy.
So part of our tour today, we are scheduled to go see the eagles as well as bears, but they made a stop at the Science Center, so we got to see the whole process of spawning, incubation of salmon.
Because the salmon are running right now.
The salmon are running, so it's kind of neat. Everything you want to ever know about salmon.
we know a lot of it. So interesting thing that they do here, this is not a farm, it's not a salmon farm. It's a science center where they're studying it, but one of the things they do is they have created a kind of false spawning area from the original location, which is a river just up the mountain a little ways. So they diverted some of that water that is the spawning water.
From the actual river itself.
Yeah, that they would be, these wild salmon would be returning to. They diverted over here. A lot of salmon come on into
from the salt water into the fresh water.
Into the fresh water to...
and that's where that process...
Start to spawn.
Yeah.
And then when they get to a certain place, and what I didn't realize is...
they spawn and die.
Yeah, once they start...
Didn't know that.
Once they hit fresh water, they just start dying. That's their
They
whole...
die from the inside very slowly, and then
the whole point is to spawn and die.
It's a whole biological thing. We don't have to talk about it, but
Right.
it's kind of
So
fascinating.
here at the Science Center, in short, they euthanize the fish once they get to a certain spot, take the eggs and the sperm, mix it all up together, and then they incubate those here. And then once they get like this big, they recreate what would be their natural spawning and
introduce
birthing.
salt to the water, and then
So they do
release them.
all of that, put them back out in the wild.
Yeah.
So they're not growing the fish here. They're not. It's not farm-raised
No,
fish. It's
not
not
at all.
that.
Not
They're
at all.
just spawning fish
Yes.
and returning more to the wild just to increase the population, and so there's enough for everybody. Kind of the idea.
And that's the science portion of the program today.
That's all.
Hope you
And now
will
we
find
get
it
to eat
interesting.
some.
Okay.
So our main mission at the Alaska Raptor Center is wildlife rehabilitation. So we are rehabilitating birds that are native to Alaska, and we are getting them back out in the wild after they've been sick, injured, or orphaned. We specialize in raptors like eagles, owls, hawks, falcons, not kites and osprey, although those are types of raptors in North America. But we will take in any species of bird that is native. So that means tiny little hummingbirds all the way up to big trumpeter swans and our number one patient, which is the bald eagle. But along with that, along with rehabilitation work, there's always those birds that come into us with injuries who end up being too severe for them to be released back out in the wild, and that is exactly why Jake is here today. We have 23 permanent raptors in residence, or birds that have come into us who can no longer be released and now are ambassadors for their species to be able to teach crowds, just do not snatch with your foot, thank you. Teach crowds just like you why it is we want to help conserve birds, what they do for the environment, and how we can help them from declining.
Center. This is my favorite area where we have 10 bald eagles at different stages of recovery. And because our goal is to release these patients, this is the only portion we ask you to turn the flash on. North America, this includes eagles, owls, hawks, falcons, osprey, and kites. Our main patient tends to be the bald eagle, and there's a good reason for that. We here in the state of Alaska are lucky enough to be home to
This is Bob inside the recreation of an eagle's nest. This is how big, on average, that they are. This is Bob in an eagle's nest. Can you imagine? Look at how big that is. I had no idea. This is a third of what will be 4 bus rides today.
That's true. Bear Fortress. It's kind of an amazing place where they really take care of these bears. There's a black bear right here. Watch. Flip this around. There's another one. They just have a lot of space to roam. It's really quite something that they do here to take care of these. Like the Raptor facility, it's all nonprofit. So all of the proceeds go to take care of the infrastructure and the animals themselves. Absolutely stunning. What do you think, Lev?
I'm not usually a zoo person so much, but I thought it'd be very cool to come to this because it's not really a zoo.
Right.
This and the raptor place to see, actual animals just being cared for.
Being cared for an amazing facility.
So, the ranger, the bear keeper, was talking about how many bears are here. So, in this back area, like you can barely make out, there's a very long fence goes way over there. There are 5 black bears in here. There are 3 brown bears in one of the enclosures and 2 more over in this side. And
They're so close.
all of the bears
I was kind
here.
of blown away.
I know, isn't it something? Look at that. All of
Isn't
the
it
bears
amazing?
here are orphaned bears.
Yes.
And specifically, they are orphaned through non-natural means, like the mother's hit by a car, something like that. Literally a look at him.
It just blows my mind how close he is. Isn't that something?
So, for instance, if a mother bear gets in a fight with another bear and is killed and has orphaned cubs, those guys are on their own. The ones that are here are strictly through human interaction or non-natural occurrences of these cubs being orphaned. And currently in Alaska, there's no rules for rehabilitation and re-releasing.
So many of them.
So once they're taken in here, they stay here.
Yes.
So
And the black bears are not, let's say, indigenous to
Sitka.
They come from Seward.
and other parts of Alaska
Yes.
that they can end up here.
And this facility is open only in the summer because the facility, like the bears,
Hibernates. Oh, here comes another one. Here's number 3.
Oh, I didn't see the third one.
There's 5 actually out here.
Oh, wow. The grounds are just...
I suggested they have a live cam, at least maybe
Yes.
in this backside because it's so pretty.
And just to see what they're doing.
But again, come winter, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
pretty.
you're not going to see anything.
I can see nothing.
It's something else. Okay, we are
Back on the ship.
back on the ship. It's been a heck of a good day. Sitka is absolutely beautiful.
It's lovely.
And once again,
Very cute.
the weather could have been more
Yeah.
amazing.
And that adds to the lovely, I think.
Yeah, I think
like
so.
anything.
If it were raining and
And a little
cold
cold.
and windy,
Like we thought it would be.
yeah,
That's
that we packed for.
Yeah.
It was a long day, and we just want to wrap up and say, this place is amazing. If you get the opportunity, yeah, you got to do it. Put it on your bucket list. All of it. All
It's
3.
pretty nice. And on the pragmatic side of the day, for if you're planning to come to Sitka, because you need that. That's why we do these. Is like
Yes.
that's why we watch them, because we want to know what should we expect,
What to do,
what to
not
do
to
in this
do.
town. They had e-bikes at the port.
They did.
That, and again, I think this is influenced by the really beautiful day. If it were raining, I'm not going to try and get e-bikes because why would I do that?
The problem is when you book excursions, if you book them through your cruise line well in advance, you have no idea what the weather's going to be like. But if you book an excursion on the port, which you really can't, truthfully, which we've seen.
You can.
But if you get into port late and you miss it, you're out of luck. If it's through the cruise line, then they'll reschedule you or you get a refund. That's
Right. Well, I
that's
mean,
the
and they'll
only-
hold the ship for you because
Yes.
that's the point. That if
Yes.
something happens on an excursion and you've booked it through the ship,
Yeah.
and you get a flat tire on the tour bus or whatever,
Right.
they're
Because
notified.
everybody else on that tour bus is from the ship too.
Right,
so
most
it's-
likely. So,
yeah.
you know, they will hold things. If you're on some independent thing and they have no idea where you are, then you're out of luck if you're late. But, and I don't know how often something like that happens,
I don't know.
but an e-bike on a lovely day would have been very nice.
Yes.
Sitka's very walkable.
It's only
An e-bike
14
would have-
miles.
The whole,
The roads only go 14 miles.
yeah, there's only a 14
And
mile.
then there's no more roads.
That's it. One end to the other. The port is at one end, and the Fortress of the Bear
Is at the other,
end.
and everything else is the national forest, which is absolutely gorgeous. You know, that's it. I mean, the downtown is 3 blocks. It's
So
very
there's,
small.
if you're a big, take a walk in the woods,
Right.
have a nice hike, kind of
Yes.
like that's your favorite day. There's plenty to do here, and they have a decent shuttle bus and things like that. There's plenty
Yeah.
of that kind of walking into the woods and different things like that that aren't part of an excursion. So you don't necessarily need to have an excursion. But there was another excursion that somebody told us about in the elevator that I thought was a pretty cool one. Now having been here, they call it the Best of Sitka. And they went out on the Sound on a boat and did whale watching, and they saw otters.
So theirs
and
was a long
they had a
day.
long day, and then they came back,
Right.
and then they went to the Raptor Center where we went to, and the Bear Fortress of the Bear, and they went and did all of that in one day, and that's a big day. That's a long
Yeah,
day,
so
but
we-
you would see
Yeah,
the
you,
best
you
of
would see a
Sitka.
lot. But we disembarked early, 8 o'clock. Our tours didn't start until 11:45, so we took a shuttle into town, had breakfast, as you would see.
Yeah, it's like that's all in here.
and we walked around and went in shops and, explored a little around town. Then we came back and we did the tour itself. So it was a full day and a wonderful day.
Yeah, it was great. I at first at the Science Center was like, what are we here for exactly?
She was saying, is this part of the, she always I know what she's thinking. She goes, is this part of the tour?
Did we sign up for this?
Because I think it's
exactly?
taking away from looking at bears.
I would rather look at the bears.
We got a great knowledge of the spawn.
And honestly, it was. It all worked out fine.
And then they had a chef come out with cooked salmon and salad
Yeah, we have had a little snack.
No, that was pretty awesome.
And sorry,
And that's our alarm.
that's our alarm saying we should be back on the boat by now. We just
But we're
made it.
here.
Anyway, so yeah, I was a little like, but when are we going to see Mickey Mouse? It was like I was a child. Like what?
She's
I
done
want-
that before.
I wanna
She's
go to the
done that
Bears.
before. Sicily, she's done that before. But that's a whole other story for a whole other video. In any case, I
It was
hope
a
you
lovely
enjoyed
day
this.
anyway.
I hope you enjoyed our adventure here in Sitka, and we strongly recommend that you visit Alaska. Now, we've been to the 3 towns in the southeast, the Inside Passage, which was Juneau, Ketchikan, and Sitka. Now, we head out tomorrow, and around 3 o'clock, I think we wind up in Victoria, and then we're back at sea for 2 days and back to the mainland. So, until tomorrow, we'll see you.
Thanks for watching.